Yo, what's good? Just want to thank y'all for the great response I got on my last beat making video that I posted on YouTube. It's been getting quite a few views, and I got a lot of emails and messages just after posting that video. And it seems like a lot of the messages I've been getting are regarding the business side of music production, as far as like mechanical royalties and how I get tracks placed, and basically just more business side questions. So I feel like today I wouldn't make a beat making video, but I would try to touch on some subjects as far as the business side of things go, to maybe help y'all out with basically not making the same mistakes that I've made in the past and at the beginning of my production career. So in this video I'm just gonna discuss actually one artist and maybe a few situations that I've ran into, and how shady some people could be, or how the business is just so much different than people really perceive and really think, and how somebody could produce records for major artists and still be broke. It's like, it's just shit that normal people doesn't think happens or doesn't think goes on. So I'm gonna just share a story with you, tell you about one artist and the situation I've had with him, and just hopefully it'll help you out in the long run, and maybe you won't make the same mistakes that I made in the beginning of my production career and that I'm still running into right now. So, alright, to start the story off, I would say maybe 3 years ago, I frequent a lot of blog sites. I'm always up to date on music. I'm a fan of music, a student of music, so that's basically what I do all day. Is I study the music business, and I'm always up on new content, so I know what comes out. But anyway, about 3 years ago, I was on the computer. I came across a new Young Buck song called Young Buck My Whole Life. And to backtrack a little bit, like, I had received Young Buck's email address from a producer conference I went to in Arizona, and I had been sending him beats for a while, and I would probably send like 10 tracks at a time. So he had a grip of my tracks in his email, but I didn't know if it was his real email address or not. I didn't know if it was a real email address or a fake one, so I didn't even know if he was really getting the tracks. But I was always a fan of Buck and always listened to his new music, so when I saw the new song came out, I went and checked it out. And after playing it, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I played it through the first minute and I was like, that shit sounds really familiar. I didn't know where it sounded familiar from, but then I started thinking, like, after it got to the hook about 2 minutes in, I was like, hold up, that's your beat. So I went back through my beat folders and found it in there, and found the email in which I sent it to him in, and I wrote him an email just basically saying I produced this record and you didn't give me my production credit for it, hit me up. So he actually sent me an email back, and we just corresponded through email for a little bit, and then he called me, and this was right after the time where he split up with 50. The My Whole Life track is actually the first, I guess you could say, diss record from Young Buck to 50 Cent. So it was right after that, and he said he was working on a new project and actually wanted me to produce the whole joint. So there was sometimes he would call me with particulars, like make me something like this or whatever. And at the beginning I'm like, it's cool, I'll give him a couple beats and just add to my production credits, and that'll help me in the long run to sell more tracks, because I add them to my placement list. So I'm like, it's cool, he's gonna put my name, I'm gonna get the views, everything's gonna be all good. So I really didn't have too much of a problem with giving him the records for free. And I'm also an artist, so my main thing usually when I'm dealing with a major is like, I trade him a beat for a 16 or something, so it's benefiting me because I could put the track on my album. So we made a couple more records. We was a couple records deep. There was different things he called me with. He would have me make specific beats or sample something specific. So we was working, and the whole time, we've been chopping it up and everything's going good. So I've done maybe like 3 or 4 records for him at this point, and I start noticing that my name's not getting put on the production credits. Like, it's not saying produced by Real Talk INC or produced by Axis of Real Talk anywhere on YouTube or anywhere on the MP3 leaks. So then I hit him up like, man, if I'm gonna be giving you these beats for free that I'm normally charging major artists 5 racks for, you know what I'm saying? I expect either a verse and my name to be put on every single track, or at bare minimum put my name on the records. Like, that's the when you're a producer, I'm gonna tell you for one thing, everything's about your brand, your product identity, and you know, trying to make your company pop. So when 50,000 people are viewing a Young Buck video and it just says Young Buck Homecoming or Young Buck My Whole Life and my name's not even on it, that's 50,000 fans I could have potentially gained just off them seeing that video. So that's a big deal to me. So after I told him that, he said, you know, it's not really me that's leaking the records, and if it was up to me, I'd have your name on every one. And I was like, okay, just from now on, whenever you name in the session file, just put the name at the end so they know who produced it whenever the records get leaked. So more and more records are coming out that I didn't even know he recorded to at this point. It's like, this is maybe like midpoint last year or something. And I'm gonna just quickly go through all the songs I did for him here in a little bit, so you know I'm not, you know, bullshitting nothing. But like 5 more records came out, and my name wasn't on none of the joints. So I'm calling him, and I mean, really, he ain't responding back to text or nothing like that. And just to get this clear and out of the air, I'm not the type of person that's gonna put somebody on blast on YouTube for not paying me for beats or whatever. It's just, I'm trying to tell a story so other producers know what could really happen, like if you just allow this to go on. Because to be honest, I allowed it to go on and I shouldn't have. But the name's not getting put on the records. And we already like 10 records deep that I did for him. I did get a verse though. He sent me a 16. I don't know if I'm gonna play that or not, because that's going on my album, so I might just give you a little snippet so you know I'm not bullshitting about that either. But he did give me a verse, and everything was cool at that point. I was also, this is another kind of crazy twist in the story, I was also managed for a short period by Blue Williams, which was Young Buck's manager at the time. So he was also giving my records to Buck. So I mean, it's just like, people are thinking like, why'd you keep sending them beats if he was not putting your name and not paying you for the records? Well, the thing is like I said, I was sending like maybe 10 packs at a time, so I had no idea that the business was gonna be so bad. But he already had 10 of my tracks in his email address sitting there. So basically what happened was, midpoint last year, I just got mad at the whole situation, and I was just like, fuck it, he's not with 50 no more. He's, you know, doing super bad financially. It's not gonna benefit me too much messing with this dude. So I stopped trying to hit him up, stopped trying to text him, everything like that. So I would say about 2 months ago, I tried to get back in contact with him. I made a few more beats and I heard Buck on them, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna reach back out to him and try to get these records to him. You know, even if I'm gonna give them to him for free, fuck it, they just sitting on my hard drive, so I'm gonna just throw him these and see what's up. He's working on a new project. I think it's the, I don't even know what it's called. He's working on a new project though, I can't remember the name of it. So I emailed him a few new joints, and I don't know if he's getting them or not, because at this point I'm texting him, he's not texting back, so you know, I probably text him 1 or 2 times, and after I see he ain't responding, I'm just like, fuck it. So about a week ago, Amy Winehouse passed away, rest in peace. She was super talented, one of my favorite artists, and always has been since she came out. And another Young Buck record comes out called Geeked Up. Rest in peace, Amy Winehouse, or something like that. So click on the song. Like I said, I'm always a Buck fan, so I check out the music. And it's my beat. It's not one of the beats that I sent him recently. This beat's like a year old. That was probably in one of them 10 packs that I sent. So at this point, I text the phone number again, like, Buck, the record you just put out, I produced as well, and still no production credits on it or nothing. And he didn't respond back. So I just want to let you know that that's my own fault, to be honest. I shouldn't have been sending the records in the first place when I knew that he wasn't with 50. His contract is terrible. He's not putting out another album anytime soon. It's not really gonna benefit me. His name's not popping too much in the streets no more. So it's like, I should have known that from the beginning, not to be sending so many beats. But when you starting out as a producer and you look up to an artist that you listen to for a long time, when they're using your records, you don't really want to say, you know, fuck that, I'm not sending them no more shit, because it's just a good feeling to hear them on your records, to be honest, and that's how I felt. But looking at things from the business side, you can't really allow that. Like, you really gotta really gotta look at things as a business at all times, and not just as a fan of music. I hate to say it like that because it should be the other way around. It should be you look at it as a fan of music first and then a business second. But the way that everybody else tries to do you makes you have to look at it as a business. You know? Alright, so this track was actually created on Friday, August 8th, 2008. 2008. It was last modified on Saturday, November 29th, 2008. So we're talking about a track that's almost 3 years old that I had sent to him. And that just goes to show you that shady shit can happen in the business, and that's really what I wanted to tell you is, or at least go through a story that I've experienced. That's not the only one. There's many stories that I could tell you guys, and I might just do some videos like this from now on. Like, I'll drop a beat maker video and then also a video like this right afterwards, and go through different topics in each video. And if you guys got any more questions, just feel free to send them to me, and I'll try to get them answered in each episode. Or we might do like a live video thing where you guys can live chat and type in your questions right there. I haven't really made my mind up yet, but hopefully this story right here in general just benefited you, so you're not making the same mistakes that I made. It's cool to send an artist. I'm not gonna say don't send artists your tracks, because that's the only way to get placements if you're working by yourself and you don't have management or you're not in a situation yet. So I mean, just make sure you got your music copywritten for one. When you send the records over, put either your beat tag in the beginning or put your production name embedded in the actual MP3 or the WAV file, so they know it. Another good tip is don't send more than like 3 joints at a time. Like, maybe send 1 or 2 at first and see how the business goes. Then hopefully you don't make the same mistake. If you got any more questions you want to ask regarding this situation or anything that you got going with what you got going on, feel free to just shoot the questions to my YouTube page, or you can email me directly at realtalkllc@gmail.com. I check it frequently, so just shoot your questions to the YouTube page. You can also leave a question in the comment box. I read all the comments and I appreciate each one. So like and subscribe to the video, and hopefully I have a new video out to you guys within the next few weeks.